Have you ever wondered why some people seem to manipulate others effortlessly? This phenomenon might be linked to a psychological trait known as Machiavellianism. Named after the Italian diplomat Niccolo Machiavelli, it's associated with manipulation, deceit, and a strategic mind. Individuals with high Machiavellian traits are often cunning, capable of manipulating others without them even realizing. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's delve deeper into the world of Machiavellianism. Machiavellianism is not just a word, it's a whole different perspective of viewing the world. Let's dive into the depths of this intriguing concept. Machiavellianism, named after the Italian diplomat and writer Niccolo Machiavelli, is a term used to describe a person's tendency to be unemotional, detached, and manipulative in their interpersonal relationships. But it's not all as sinister as it sounds. Machiavelli, born in the late 15th century, was a man of great intellect and political acumen. His most famous work, The Prince, is often seen as a handbook for ruthless, cunning leaders. But context is everything. Machiavelli wrote The Prince during a time of political turmoil and instability in Italy. His writings were not so much an endorsement of such behavior, but rather a pragmatic guide for survival in an unpredictable and treacherous political landscape. In the modern parlance, Machiavellianism is one of the three traits in the so-called dark triad, alongside narcissism and psychopathy. It's characterized by a cold, calculated approach to achieving one's goals, often at the expense of others. Those high in Machiavellianism can be charming, persuasive, and adept at reading others, using these skills to manipulate situations to their advantage. But remember, Machiavellianism is not inherently evil. It's a tool, and like any tool, its moral value is determined by the intent of its user. There are many fields where a Machiavellian approach may be necessary, if not vital. Politics, business, and even certain aspects of social life can benefit from a strategic, unemotional perspective. And yet, it's important to acknowledge the potential for harm. Unchecked, Machiavellian tendencies can lead to deceit, exploitation, and a disregard for the welfare of others. It's a trait that can be as dangerous as it is captivating. Now, you might be wondering how this trait manifests in real life. Let's explore. Consider the case of an influential business leader who used manipulative strategies to rise to the top. Let's call him Mr. X for the sake of anonymity. Mr. X wasn't born into wealth or privilege. Yet, through sheer determination and a distinct understanding of human psychology, he managed to create a business empire from scratch. Mr. X had an uncanny knack for understanding people's motivations and vulnerabilities. He knew exactly when to offer a carrot and when to brandish a stick. Employees were driven to work hard, not out of loyalty, but out of fear and the promise of rewards. His business partners were no different. Mr. X knew how to play them against each other, subtly encouraging competition while always maintaining the upper hand. He was the puppet master, pulling the strings behind the scenes, ensuring that no one could threaten his position. Yet, on the surface, Mr. X was the epitome of charm and charisma. He was a regular at charity events, always ready with a warm smile and a friendly handshake. To the world, he was a self-made success story, a testament to the power of hard work and ambition. But beneath that veneer, Mr. X was a master manipulator, using fear, division, and false promises to maintain his power. His story is a stark reminder of how dark psychology can be used to achieve personal gains. An intriguing case, isn't it? But there's more. Now let's look at a different scenario. A politician who used Machiavellian tactics to gain power. Picture this. A charismatic leader steps onto the political stage, promising change and better days. Their speeches are stirring, their promises are grand, and they seem to understand the plight of the people. But beneath this veneer of charm and charisma, there lies a calculated and cunning mind that is adept at manipulation. This leader, let's call them Leader X, knows just how to play the political game. They understand that politics is not just about having the right ideas, but also about convincing others to believe in those ideas. They are able to manipulate the emotions of the public, using fear and hope as tools to shape public opinion. Leader X also knows how to use their power to their advantage. They are not above using dirty tactics to get what they want. They are willing to betray allies, break promises, and even bend the rules if it means they can maintain their position of power. But perhaps the most chilling aspect of Leader X's Machiavellianism is their lack of remorse. They see their actions not as morally wrong, but as necessary steps to achieve their goals. This lack of empathy and disregard for ethical considerations is a hallmark of Machiavellianism. These examples show how Machiavellianism can be used in different contexts. But what's the takeaway? Machiavellianism, as we have seen, can have significant impacts on individuals and society. This strategic way of thinking and behaving, inspired by the insights of the Italian diplomat Niccolò Machiavelli, has both potential harms and benefits that are worth further exploration. At face value, Machiavellianism often carries a negative connotation. This is mainly due to its association with manipulative behavior, deception, and the pursuit of power at all costs. When employed without check, it can lead to a toxic environment, whether in personal relationships, workplaces, or political arenas. It can breed mistrust, encourage duplicity, and even lead to the exploitation of others. A society dominated by Machiavellian thinking may find itself on a slippery slope of ethical compromises, with the ends justifying any means. However, it would be an oversimplification to view Machiavellianism solely as a destructive force. It also has potential benefits that cannot be overlooked. At its core, Machiavellian thinking is about understanding human nature and behavior. It encourages strategic thinking and pragmatism, qualities that can be crucial in navigating complex social dynamics and achieving goals. In a business context, for instance, a Machiavellian leader might be able to steer the organization towards success through shrewd decision-making and strategic foresight. In politics, a Machiavellian approach can sometimes be necessary in the face of complex diplomatic challenges. However, the key here lies in balance and ethical considerations. It's the difference between using understanding of human behavior for mutual benefit and exploiting it for personal gain at the expense of others. In essence, Machiavellianism is a tool, and like any tool, its impact depends largely on the hands that wield it. It can be used to build bridges or tear them down, to create trust or sow discord, to foster growth or perpetuate stagnation. So, Machiavellianism is not just about manipulation, it's about understanding human behavior. The challenge then is to harness its insights in a manner that promotes ethical conduct, mutual benefit, and a more nuanced understanding of the complexities of human interaction. So, what have we learned about Machiavellianism today? Well, we've explored its definition, a behavioral tendency towards manipulation and deceit for personal gain. We've delved into 2 case studies highlighting its real-world manifestations. We've also examined its implications, revealing its potential impact on relationships and society at large. And through it all, we've gained a deeper understanding of this facet of dark psychology. Remember, understanding Machiavellianism is not about becoming manipulative, but about understanding the complexities of human behavior.